Hello my loves, and a warm welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and if this is your first time coming across this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and if you are returning, thank you so much for the love and support. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, we're doing a Christian girl chat. I love chatting with you guys and learning from each other. That is the beauty of being on this journey. So let's get into some questions that you guys asked. So I'm just gonna get started. Let's get started. So let's start off with secular music. And again, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to make anyone feel bad. This is just my opinion, especially coming from someone who did listen to secular music on a daily basis and who enjoyed literally every type of song that was out there. We don't think about the impact that secular music has on us as Christian women, and I think we sort of just underestimate the power that it really has and the power that it holds on us. And music is spiritual, right? It's not that I want to spiritualize everything, but it's important to know that the words that you're feeding yourself, the different lyrics, the ungodly words, I mean, let's be honest, secular music, especially recently, it's a lot. It talks about just sexual immorality, perversion, just different things that we just put in our minds. And a lot of things that people say is, yeah, but it's not gonna affect me because I don't let it affect me. Everything will affect us, and that's why God tells us to guard our hearts. We need to guard our hearts. We need to guard our mind, because listening to certain music will change how you behave. It will change what you find interesting. So for example, let's say you're trying to be celibate and you listen to a song about just throwing it back, and you listen to a song that is telling you that, yeah, you need to go to the club and you need to do this. The first time listening to it, fine, you might not really care, but later on it really changes how you see things. So I think we need to really be more intentional about what we feed our spirit and not what we feed our flesh. And that just sometimes means having to let go of secular music. Gospel music is fun, gospel music is trendy, gospel music is beautiful, it's deep, it gets you closer to God. Listen, the new artists nowadays are bringing gospel music to the scene. You can have a good time with gospel music, so it's no longer that excuse of, yeah, but gospel music is boring. I would rather listen to godly words, worshiping and praising God. So that's my opinion on secular music. Challenge yourself this week, these coming days, to really try, slowly transition yourself to gospel music. You don't need to do it like immediately and just stop cold turkey with secular music. You can stop slowly, ask God for help, ask the Holy Spirit to give you strength to just let all of that go, because that is your past self. But now we're trying to be that godly woman. We're trying to guard our hearts, guard our minds, and to be that woman that God has called us to be. Celibacy, no sex before marriage, and difficulties. Okay, so I guess you kind of want me to talk about celibacy and how difficult it can be, right? Celibacy is not easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it. Every Christian would be doing it. But I really think that it's difficult when we try to do it in our own strength, and it's difficult when we try to put ourselves in tempting situations and think we can just get out of it, right? So I'll give my husband and I as an example. We avoided being alone as much as possible. We avoided talking about sexual things, because next minute you're feeling hot and next minute you're typing things you shouldn't be typing. That becomes difficult. What does help though in this case is that you create boundaries for yourself and for your partner, and then you make sure that you guys stick to them, and then you continue to pray, you continue to fast, and give yourself a timeline with your partner on how long you guys want to court for and how long you want to be on this journey of celibacy for. Because when you have a timeline, it makes things easier than just dating for 2, 3, 5 years down the road, and then you're really like, man, it's getting hard, because it's not easy. But if you are a single woman, that is a lot better for you, because you don't have much temptation in terms of your partner, but you still have temptation on what you watch on TV, what you listen to. And this goes back to secular music, for example. So avoiding lyrics, avoiding certain TV shows that have people making out, that have people having sex. Avoid that. It's not gonna do you any good. And when you are alone and you are feeling, a bit spicy, honestly, just pray. Just have that scripture that works for you. Affirm to yourself that I am strong. I'm gonna do this. God is with me. Listen to some gospel music and try to get out of the space you're in. Because if you're in the bedroom and you're like, oh man, get out of that space, go walk, just distract yourself. Because if you try to indulge in your thoughts, your mind will start running wild. Before you know it, you're texting someone. So yeah, that's that's a bit of a tip I can give you for now that has worked for me in the past. Okay, so the next one is how to heal from heartbreak after a long-term relationship. Oh, this is a good one. It takes time. Allow yourself to grieve the end of a long-term relationship because you've known this person for so long, right? And so sort of your plans, your life revolved around this person, and it's no longer the case. So allow yourself to grieve properly, not getting to the next relationship, no, but just give yourself time to actually get back to yourself, to who you are, to what you enjoy. Start new hobbies if you can. Start hanging out with new people if you can. Maybe the friends that you had were his friends as well. Try to let go of that. Delete his number right now. Block his social media account. Yes, I'm that type of girl. Get rid of pictures. Get rid of anything that reminds you of this person and just start to really see yourself as God sees you. And just have a plan of what you want for yourself. Start writing down what you want in your husband. Not in a boyfriend, in a husband. Start going out more, start working on yourself, start going to the right places. Because you being at home is not gonna bring that man, right? God is not a genie in a bottle. So those are ways that you can start healing. Start going out, start doing things you love. Start a YouTube channel, start running, start going to an art class, start learning a new language. Just distract yourself, because when you just think about this relationship too much, it's just not good for you. And remember that God is close to the brokenhearted, so definitely be honest with God. And Lord, I'm hurt. I'm finding it difficult to let go of this person, and I'll leave it at your feet. I surrender everything to you. God will be there with you. God will help you throughout that entire process, but allow yourself to grieve, but not for too long. And then you get up and you start being that woman that your future self will thank you for. Okay, how to date as a Christian girl? This is a good one. It's a very loaded question, and I think I'm just gonna give 2 tips just so that, you know, we don't stay here forever. Date with intention. That's number 1. Date with intention. Date knowing that you have a purpose behind it. And number 2, do a lot of fasting, because fasting gives you discernment when it comes to any man that tries to court you, any man that's interested in you. And when you fast, you just get a lot of power, in the sense that you start to see things that you wouldn't see before. God will communicate to you about this person more. That way you don't waste your time dating someone and then it doesn't work out, because God will show you from the beginning. So yeah, those are the 2 main stuff. How to wait for God when it gets very hard. Ooh, I love this. You just have to wait. Renew your mind, because I know waiting seems like a bad thing, but it's usually very good for you. It will allow you to get what belongs to you, and not to get something that is for someone else, or it's not for you, or it's not for your time, because you're gonna misuse it and you're gonna mess it up. So if I met my husband before I was ready, I was probably going to give him a very hard time, and God does not want that, so he didn't allow him to come when I wanted him to come. So I think waiting is about just renewing your mind and knowing that God is not stopping something from coming your way because he's a bad God, but he's actually doing it so that you're ready for it. Okay, how to be a wife when you didn't get a good example of it. Ooh, I think it's all about learning, reading books, watching sermons, reading the Bible of what a wife looks like. I think is also good, but also it just comes with practice. Like, you learn as you go. You learn on the job sometimes, because you've never been a wife before. This is your first time. Also, I would say definitely join wife clubs, join programs, join church events talking about this. Just that way you feed yourself and you learn something that you didn't before. And I also think it's good to have a mentor, a pastor's wife that you can sort of lean on, and you see their marriage as a good example. So that's something that you can do as well, just so that, you know, you get that guidance that you need. Sex in marriage, please. Okay, what about sex in marriage? It's great if that's what you're asking. I think sex in marriage is so honorable, and it allows you to be intimate in a way that, you know, you wouldn't outside of it. And I think it's a beautiful thing, but also it's important, again, to make sure that when you do decide to get married, you let go of all past experiences. You let go of what you experienced before, partners that you were with. This is a new chapter, a fresh page, and what you do in the bedroom with your husband is something that is new to you. And this, just see yourself as a virgin. You are a virgin because you've let go of the past, you've asked for forgiveness. Now you're on this new path with your husband. So see it that way. Don't compare, don't have expectations that are just so unrealistic, but see it as a beautiful thing, and you guys enjoying each other and learning new things about each other. That's all I'm gonna say about that topic. How to respect your husband when he is wrong in a matter. Girl, listen, being a wife, it means having to and go on your knees and pray. The biggest wisdom. Some things are not worth fighting. Just pray for your husband. You know, having respect is not conditional. It's not when you deserve it. It should be always. And even when your husband is wrong, you need to be able to still respect him and give him some words, you know, that are still respectful, and he can say, I'll do better next time. Okay, so for example, if he planned something and it just didn't go according to plan, remember, he's human. He wouldn't do it just to spite you, he wouldn't do it to hurt your feelings. So see it that way, that this man, he tried, it just didn't work out, and next time he'll do better. Don't see respect as a conditional thing, see it as unconditional. I hope that helps. How to get a guy to marry you. 3 steps. I'm kidding. Well, I wouldn't say there are ways that you can get a guy to marry you, but you can definitely show certain qualities that are good, right? So just showing your godly character, and I think making sure that he knows that you're someone that he can marry, right? Because let's just be honest, you guys, sometimes we show certain characters that put people off, and this is even vice versa as well. Some people show us certain characters that put us off and we don't even think of marrying them again. So I think it's just showing your godly character, getting to know the person, being you, your genuine self, praying about things, doing things together, getting to know each other, you know, talking about these things like, okay, so when do you want to get married? Are you ready for marriage? Those are things that you can do, but you cannot force the man. And that is just the honest truth. You cannot force a man to marry you. You are the prize, and you're not forcing yourself in that department. I don't think that's a good way of starting any relationship or any marriage. Okay guys, so I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like this girl chat. I think we should do it more often. So if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to this channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.